Paul Kolenda, 13 years his elder. Daniel Lewis did miss weight by 3 pounds and will have a 2-inch height advantage.
To the cage, and Brian Wood.
This bout brought to you by Hoy Excavating, building communities and providing construction services for over 20 years. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Daniel Lewis. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Paul Kolenda. Oh, baby, let's go.
Round number 1. Tonight's fight clock is presented by Hoy Excavating. Black trunks for Daniel Lewis, white trunks for Paul Kolenda.
Inversion for Paul, going for a leg lock really early into the fight.
Looking
extended for the knee bar. That looks tight.
That is tight. Whoa. There's the tap. And now Robert Hastings, I think, saying that is an illegal submission attempt, but it was not a twisting leg lock. It was a straight knee bar, and time called by referee Robert Hastings.
He'll fix it.
That's a straight knee bar. Yeah.
Is this the same guy?
So, Sean, you've officiated, or you've been calling fights for a very, very long time. In the state of Missouri, leg locks are legal, or is there a certain leg lock that is illegal?
Robert Hastings now talking. There's dispute. Leg locks are legal. The dispute is under these Missouri AMI rules, and there's no unified AMI rules in MMA. My understanding is that in Missouri, all leg locks are legal. In Kansas, twisting leg locks are illegal, which would be such as a heel hook. That was a straight knee bar. Somehow that did not count, and we resume after the protestations of Paul Kolenda.
I'm not too sure what happened there.
Now, big right hands from Daniel Lewis, trying to take the most of his second chance.
You got to think Paul had a fully extended knee bar, and now they start in a neutral position when he was in such dominant fight-ending position. Again, I know referees have a tough job, but I feel like Robert Hastings is, everyone has bad days at the office, and I don't necessarily agree with some of the Hastings calls tonight.
Kolenda most definitely thought he had the victory. He certainly got the tap. The issue was their tap, was the legality under these AMI MMA rules in the state of Missouri on the knee bar from Paul Kolenda, which he hit beautifully. Now looking triangle. There will be no dispute if he finishes this. That's certainly a legal submission. Kolenda locking on the triangle.
That cage isn't helping Paul there, but he looks to be cinching it even tighter, pulling the head down.
You got a minute and a half, Paul. You're solid here.
Kolenda looking at referee Robert Hastings.
If he could push off the fence just to create a little more space to where we can fully lock that in behind the knee.
See no resistance from Lewis, accepting the triangle, trying to work his way out, trying to conserve energy, and he does. Now the right hand. Big shots from Daniel Lewis. 65 seconds remaining in a bizarre round number 1.
Paul going for the inversion again. That's how he found the knee bar the first time.
Right to the body from Daniel Lewis.
There you go. You got less than a minute.
Another right to the body from Lewis. Here in round number 1,
fishing for the armbar. Let's see if he's going to try to grab the leg to try to roll through this.
Locked on a triangle. Now looking for the armbar finish with 35 seconds remaining in the first round. Kolenda continuing to throw up subs.
Paul in on a single. He can't just stall his position. He needs to keep moving.
Big shots to the body again from Daniel Lewis. Lewis on the chest hold, another right hand to the body. This has been the subs of Kolenda versus the body punches of Lewis. Final seconds now, round number 1. Lewis sitting up, trying to sit up and through. Driving pressure from Kolenda. We move to round 2.
It's clear to me Paul Kolenda has the jiu-jitsu advantage. He is a black belt under V. James Krause, so a very good in jiu-jitsu, except this is the sport of MMA, not jiu-jitsu, so he needs to be very careful with some of these inversions. Here we see on the replay the fully extended knee bar, which I thought was the end of this fight. It caused a tap. again, I don't want to be super critical of the referee. It is a tough job, but it's even tougher being in a fist fight. I don't agree with that call at all. I honestly don't agree with some of the calls he made earlier tonight. Again, we're all due for an off day, but when you have an off day as a referee, it gives other fighters off days when they shouldn't have one. So,
off microphone, getting confirmation from the Missouri Office of Athletics. So the knee bar was legal as we thought. The issue was whether Daniel Lewis tapped. Clearly, Daniel Lewis tapped to that knee bar.
yeah.
And yet we fight on. Round number 2.
I don't understand the intervention then if the referee didn't think he tapped.
Big shots from Daniel Lewis to start the second round.
Nevertheless, these guys are still fighting. We're in round 2. Paul's in on a single leg. Obviously, he has the advantage in grappling. This is where he wants to fight, but needs to avoid taking big shots like he's doing right now. And Paul just can't hang out in these single leg positions. You really have to advance. You get in on a single, you keep moving, you keep circling, you keep trying to finish the single leg. Or I'm fine with this too. As long as you're trying to advance the position, if you're going to a seated guard or you're trying to finish the single, regardless, you're trying to advance the position and not hang out on your knees.
Good scramble from Daniel Lewis. Kolenda trying to hold the body lock. Now looking for a single leg as Kolenda trying to snatch, trying to follow through. Right to the body again from Lewis. Lewis has been very effective with his body punches in this fight. 150 remaining round 2.
Paul hooking that leg. If he chooses to go for deep path here, having that hook on the leg is going to help. So he has 2 options here. He can get underneath Lewis's field of gravity or go for the single leg, which is the second option here, which he chooses to do.
Kolenda staying tight, facing up. Now Daniel Lewis to his feet. Kolenda now looking to snatch the single leg on the level change. To the double.
Hands are locked. He pushes, pulls, and should be able to finish his takedown, and he does.
Nicely hit by Paul Kolenda.
Dig deep, Paulie, dig deep.
Kolenda working out of the half guard of Daniel Lewis.
If I'm not mistaken, this is the first time Paul's on top with his grappling. Before, he was on his back going for inversions, and now we see how slick his grappling is from the top. He's sliding into mount. He's effortlessly passing to half guard to then mount.
Lewis looking for the bump, can't find it.
Now Paul in on an arm triangle. That looks tight. He's gonna pass over to the side.
An arm choke.
Use that leg as a wedge, and that's tight. That's all she wrote.
No doubt there. Second time, and that sees it through. The win for Paul Kolenda. He tapped Daniel Lewis with the knee bar in round 1. It was not ruled as such by referee Robert Hastings, but again, no controversy, no dispute there. The second round submission with the head and arm choke. Our fight replay is presented by Major Pack.
Here we see Paul Kolenda here on a double leg, pushes, pulls, finishes the takedown, and then just slick transitioning from that top grappling. Goes from guard to half guard to then mount, slides over to finish that arm triangle. The way he uses that near leg on his hip as a wedge to really solidify that submission is what made Lewis tap. Beautiful performance by Kolenda. He should get 2 wins for that performance.
Paul Kolenda now 5-2 in his MMA career. Jeff, as you're lobbying, maybe he should be 6-2.
That's all I'm saying. He won twice in one night, so good for Paul to stay calm, stay focused, and that's what you got to do. Earlier on the amateur prelims, we saw a guy not stay focused with when a referee, in my opinion, made maybe not so best of a call either. So it happens to be the same referee, but still, you got to remain focused. It sounds cliche, but eye on the prize, man. This guy's trying to punch you in the face. You're in a fist fight. Don't pay attention to the third guy in there. Pay attention to the guy that's trying to punch you.
The celebration with Isaac Dolgarian and Jason High for Paul Kolenda. Our winner announcement is presented by Fistful of Bourbon.
Oh boy. Woo! 2 fights back to back. Ladies and gentlemen, this bout has ended at 2 minutes and 19 seconds of the very second round. Your winner, twice, by tap out, arm triangle out of the red corner, Paul Kolenda.
Paul signaling for 2-0, saying he won twice in one night. I like it. I'm about it. I'll sign the petition.
Paul Kolenda through the tap via the knee bar from Daniel Lewis in round number 1. It was not counted. Referee Robert Hastings said he did not see the tap. There was some discussion on the legality of the knee bar under these Missouri AMI MMA rules. Knee bar was most definitely legal. The issue then became the tap, which Chef, you and I saw. Robert Hastings did not. The tap very clear in round number 2, the finish. The winner by way of second round submission, Paul Kolenda defeats Daniel Lewis.